If 200, 300 people die every day, know that maybe 2 to 3 million people suffer for the 200, 300 people that died in that day, correctly? If I open my eyes, I'm alive, I celebrate. And if I think of the loved ones and they are alive and I'm not in that 2, 3 million that suffer, I will celebrate again. If you are very joyful, if you are happy, your vibration is high or is low, celebrate 10 times per day. 5 seconds each time. You have 50 seconds of celebration in that day.
Want a quick fix?
Yes.
Can be that a quick fix?
Yes. Have you ever happened when you were a child to touch something hot? How fast did you learn that?
Instantly. Conscious friends, welcome back to Beyond Awakening. I'm still in Romania. I moved 1 year ago in here. I brought for you Mihai Cheheriță. He has an interesting YouTube channel called High Vibrations, Vibratii Înalte in Romanian. We met in an incredible retreat that he organized in between of the mountains, and I was in love with the methods that he shared with us, and that's why I brought him here today. So as usual, Mihai, what is your mission?
That's a very, very profound question, to be honest with you, Daniel. And well, first of all, my mission is to know myself. It's that word, know thyself. Know yourself. But this is the first step that I'm taking forward for almost 14 years. And 7 years ago, I started the YouTube channel called Vibratii Înalte, or High Vibrations in English. And in the meantime, it went to be the largest spiritual and meditation community in Romania, with more than 100,000 subscribers all around the platforms. And my mission now is to help and to make a positive change in the collective consciousness in Romania.
That's a good one. The name of the community that I created in Dubai in 2019 is called Collective Consciousness.
Okay. 2019 is the same year that High Vibration started in Romania. Yes,
we were somehow connected in this all morphogenetic, all-knowing field.
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
interesting.
Absolutely.
And what are your tools now after you study all the methods for helping people, supporting the humanity to be better?
Well, to be honest, I didn't tested all of them, but I tested most of the techniques that you can find in the spiritual realm or in the spiritual world. To name a few: meditation, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis, theta healing, Reiki, lots of methods. But for me, the most powerful one is called Psyche. So Psyche is actually a method that is recommended by Dr. Bruce Lipton, which is the author of the book Changing the Limiting Beliefs, or the Biology of Change. And to be honest, I love actually a lot this method because it brings the changes on the spot. So you don't have to wait like weeks, days, or even months to see the change, because you are working with the subconscious mind.
That's interesting. Like more and more people, they want a quick fix.
Yes.
Can be that a quick fix?
Yes, actually, in my experience, yes, the change should be happening in the moment. Because let me ask you something, Daniel. Have you ever happened when you were a child to touch something hot or something like a fire?
Yeah, really.
How fast did you learn that it's a no-go? Don't touch it. Instantly, exactly. That means that God, the universe, the nature, call it whatever you like, has put inside of us, in each of us, a system that you can access and modify your behavior. So when you change your behavior, you actually change programs in your subconscious mind. And this is what happens in the Psyche sessions. I help you to enter in that state without burning, and you enter in a whole brain state. This is how they call it in this field, and that means that your brain is coherent, and it's communicating the left hemisphere with the right hemisphere, the left hemisphere with the right hemisphere in the same time. Exactly. It's a hemisync in real time, because hemisync is it's a tool. It's a device that you can use. And you can you can sync your brain, but Psyche can do that naturally on the spot.
If it's that fast, can we do it right away? Can we show?
No, unfortunately, Psyche is never filmed.
All right.
So you cannot see a balance. This is how it's called. An exercise is called a balance. You cannot see a balance. Even if we are more than 1 million facilitators worldwide.
1 million?
More than 1 million.
Incredible.
Because Psyche is for 40 years already. 45 years. And in Romania, we are already hundreds of facilitators, of Psyche facilitators.
Incredible.
And even now in July, I organize my own workshops where I teach the method. So this thing is very interesting because you can work with it.
So we cannot show you live. You gotta reach out to Mihai and get a session for yourself. All right. So interesting. What could you show live that actually works as well as a self-help that we can offer today?
There are many things. We can talk about meditations. We can talk about breath work. We can talk about posture. There are lots of things that help the subconscious mind to make changes. The second tool that I use in my sessions and in my work is actually the meditation. But to be honest, all my collection is only in Romanian. But maybe with this interview, with this podcast, maybe it's like a invite from the universe to go in English as well. Who knows? Maybe the ones that are listening can give me an honest review if I have any chances to go international. But I talk a lot in Romanian about guided meditation because I wrote the meditation manual that is in electronic PDF. It has 38 pages and you can learn the basics just by reading it. Actually, now I'm thinking about it that if there are English listeners, they can go on Vibratii Înalte .ro and they can translate it with Google.
I will accept the link below.
Who knows? Yeah, if they want to translate it and get the ideas from there. And you can find lots of free resources because in my perception, I believe that everything that I do online, digital, I have to give it for free. Because I've received lots of materials for free and I want it to remain like this for all my life. Everything that I do online, like guided meditations, PDF that I told about, the courses online, all of them I want and I love to be for free.
That's very generous. One of the tools that you share in our retreat was about the celebration. That brought me always a lot of joy when we did it.
Yes.
Can you?
Yes, that's actually
that one.
That's actually the final step in every balance that you do in a Psyche. So that's a very good because let's be honest.
All right.
Daniel, for example, did you know that the education methods for kids, and for adults is different? Do you know that?
Yeah, but I don't know
Let's
how
talk about
different
it. Yeah, let's talk about it. So, for example, if you will take a child, he will learn in two modes. First mode, you learn by curiosity.
All right.
He's curious about it, and that can transform later in passion. And the other method that the child learns or do things is if it's the father, the mother, somebody with authority comes over to him and says, do that. This is the principal two methods that the child can learn and do things. The adult, it has a little bit of curiosity, not that much like the child. The second method, when somebody else tells him, do that, we don't like that as adults. So that doesn't work. What's the change? Actually, the change is that the adult is doing the change if he responds by himself at the question, why to do that? If you respond in your mind, why to do that, you will do it as an adult. Yeah. For example, why to celebrate? And I want to tell you now why it's good to celebrate. And if are adults that are watching our podcast, after they will listen the third methods that they can use for celebrate, they will celebrate a lot more. Okay? So, first reason that we celebrate. Daniel, if you celebrate, if you are very joyful, if you are happy, your vibration is high or is low?
Much higher.
Much higher, exactly. Do you think that if you, for example, celebrate 10 times per day, 5 seconds each time, do you know that you have 50 seconds of celebration in that day? 50 in total, right? 50 seconds. Do you think that 50 seconds makes a difference in the whole day?
For sure.
Absolutely. It makes a huge difference. So the first why it's good to celebrate is because you learn to get your vibration high on command. This is the first reason. The second one, have you ever happened to you to buy a present for a child? Yes. Have you bought in the past?
Yes, of course.
Okay, perfect. What happens, for example, is if you buy a present for a child and that child is not joyful. You don't see a smile, you don't see happy face. Second time you will buy the same present?
Definitely not.
No, you will think that the child doesn't like that present, right? If you don't see the joy, the happiness in his eyes.
Yeah.
So, are we the childs of the God?
Yes, we are.
So if we don't know to feel happy, joyful when we receive something, how is God going to know that we like that?
That's a good one.
Yes, with each celebration, we send signals to the God, and the God is, okay, so Mihai likes that. I'm going to give him more. If you celebrate for more confidence, you get more confidence. If you celebrate for because you get money, you will get more money. You have to have high vibrations. You have to be good vibes.
How do you celebrate?
For me, for example, I like to do this with my hands.
Rub the hand.
My hands. There are clients that likes to have a hug. Like
self-hug.
This, self-hug. There are people that raise their hands. Yeah, you know, on the stadium, when you go, clap, whatever. You have to do something physical to send a signal to the subconscious mind. This is the second reason that why it's good to celebrate, to have a good energy. And the third one, it's actually a little bit more complicated because it's an explanation that I never did in English. I will try my best. Okay. So we have an internal nervous system. So the nervous system, it has, imagine that you have two pedals, like an electric car, acceleration and brake, right? So the nervous system inside of us, it's either sympathetic or parasympathetic. I believe it's the same in English. Okay. So the sympathetic one is the one that we are in fight-flight mode. When we are in anxious mode, stress, we want to do action. The other, it's called parasympathetic in the internal nervous system, and it's about digestion, it's about creativity, it's about sleep, it's about relaxation. If we celebrate, Daniel, in which of two of where do you think we are? If we celebrate, we are in sympathetic or parasympathetic, the good or the bad one?
Definitely the good one.
The good one, exactly. And the reason that it's good to celebrate is that if you celebrate, you will learn how to remain in that state for a longer period of time. For example, if you learn to be more joyful, more happy, in the time you will start to be happy as a standard, as a default mode. This is the third reason that is good to celebrate, because you can have that joy and can become your standard, your normal state.
You remind yourself every day to celebrate?
Absolutely. I celebrated before we start. I will celebrate after we finish. I celebrate when I open my eyes. I celebrate a lot. Yes.
How many days daily?
10, 20 times. Because it's 5 seconds each time. It gives me a good vibe.
Do you already remember by default or you set alarms?
No. I do it by default.
Yeah. But I think it will be good for those who are in that work mode the whole time and stress.
For the first time, it's good to make some alarms. Yes, it's good.
So every half an hour? Every 1 hour?
Yeah, maybe one per hour for the first time. And it doesn't have to be long. 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Just do it.
And there are those that they are really negative and I don't know why to be joyful, why to celebrate. What ideas can we give them?
Excellent. So, first of all, have you ever wondered, Daniel, how many people die every day?
Millions.
Not really. 2 to 300,000.
Only?
2 to 200-300,000.
Depends what words are that day. Yeah?
Well, it depends, but the
average.
The average is it's like one sector from Bucharest, because I know, for example, one sector in Bucharest is around 200-300,000 people. For example, if you open your eyes and you are not in that 200-300,000 people that die each day, it's not a good way to celebrate. Really, it's a good way to celebrate. I open my eyes, I thank to God that I'm alive, and I celebrate. Second, if 200-300 people die every day, you know that maybe 2 to 3 million people suffer for the 200, 300 people that died in that day, correctly?
Ooh.
If I open my eyes, I'm alive, I celebrate. And if I think of the loved ones and they are alive, and I'm not in that 2-3 million that suffer because one dear to me died, I will celebrate again.
I think that makes us even happier.
Yes, because I think about my mother, my sister, my nephews, everyone, my lover, everyone. And when I think about, hey, if one of them is dead, my whole day is ruined. Not ruined, but it's not the same. So I'm thinking, like, for example, I gave you 2 reasons to celebrate each morning. I usually celebrate when I drink water. I usually celebrate after I do sports, gym. I celebrate after I meditate, because I do something for me. And each of these, it's a good reason to celebrate.
You always rub your hands, or what's your
Yes,
favorite
this is
method?
my favorite one, to be honest. Yeah, it gives me the money vibe as well. I like this.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah, it feels good in many of the traditions, even in the Taoism and the yoga traditions. All of them, they have
Yes, to activate
the
your
same
chi,
activating.
to activate your energy. Yes.
Now, if something comes suddenly during the day and disrupts your pattern, like you get the really bad news, something really happened, I don't know, you are completely stuck, there's an accident, share a method that works for you.
Oh, that's a very good question. So if I want to give you like the most valuable technique that I recommend in my one-to-one sessions, and it's actually a breathing technique. So you use your breath, because you have your breath anywhere you go. And I like this. And actually it's from the work of Dr. Huberman.
Yeah.
I love his work. Yes, he's maybe the ones that are watching, he's a neuroscientist from Stanford, and he does an amazing job. And I watched a study that he did 2 years ago in the laboratory, and he studied the most powerful method to breathe, the most powerful technique to breathe, to change your mood, and to go from fight or flight to from anxiety to go to calm and peace. And it's very easy to do it. So first of all, we have to stay straight. Very good. And what we do, we inhale only on our nose 2 times. First time is very long and slow. And when we have our lungs full, we inhale one more time, like a so that's the second one. And we do one like this. I will do it. One.
Right.
I'm full, and then another one. Exactly. And afterwards, the breathing out, it's only through my mouth. Very slow, very, very. Like I'm going through a straw. You imagine.
Count the exhale?
What?
Do we count?
No, you don't need. No, that's a better thing to do, because counting is bad. Because when you count, you have anxiety, it's not good to count. You just need to breathe. So this is one of the methods that I like.
If you have anxiety, you don't count.
It's no good, because you go too much in your mental. So you have to go in your body, not in your mental. You are already mental. You need to go in your body. The method is actually, let's do it together. One inhale long, maximum, another one. And afterwards on my mouth. Slow, controlled. And after I repeat. And we do it for 2-3 minutes. And I promise, if you do it 1 minute minimum, you are more calm. The stress is going down, the left stress level. And if you do it 2-3 minutes, you are very calm. And this is the best method that Dr. Huberman studied in the laboratory. More than 100 breathing techniques he studied, and this is the most powerful. He took the methods counting, he took the methods from Africa, from Europe, from Asia, and this is the most efficient method to breathe and calm your nervous system.
Thank you for the valuable tool. Now, because we talk about the collectiveness and synergically and such an incredible synchronicity that we both started on different lands, collective consciousness, communities. Tell us more about your community here in Romania.
So, in my opinion, it's maybe a self opinion. I believe that the community that has formed in the last 7 years, it's a very how to call it? Yes, present. That they love to work with themselves. This is the first thing that made me continue, because most of the time I had the thoughts to stop it, especially after 2 or 3 years. That was a very, very difficult period for me, because I didn't make money, I couldn't sustain myself. And in that moment, I had to make a decision and to continue. One of the things that I love about this community is that, first of all, we love each other. Because in my experience, in what I think about this universe, is that whenever somebody loves, they are getting closer to the source, to God. If you are in low vibrations, in fear, in shame, you are more further than God. So whenever you are in peace, in love, you are going closer and closer and closer to God. You experience Him. And you can experience in yourself. You can experience, for example, if you go in the nature and love. You can experience if you love your woman or your man. If you experience that, you are getting closer and closer to God. Maybe this is one of the reasons that after each guided meditation that I do, at the end, I tell to everybody that I love them. And this is my method to connect with God.
Do you create live events when you bring everybody together, or how do you...
Well, in the last 7 years, I did all of them. Actually 2 years ago, I published my book. I'm a published author in Romania, and I had a national tour in Romania in 10 cities. So I did their live events. We met hundreds, thousands of people. We met in 10 cities, and we do online. We do physical. We do lots. Whatever it needs to be done to help to raise the consciousness, whatever.
All right, that's a good one. And about the retreats, how did you came to the desire, to the intuition to do the retreats?
Well, the retreats came naturally after my experience with myself, and after I participated with many retreats with very well-known names in the international space. For example, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Sadhguru, Tony Robbins. There are people, Bruce Lipton, that I told, Greg Braden. There are people that I learned from, methods, and now it's natural for me to go further and give to others what I learned in the past years.
Thank you. So what's next? How do you see the next upgrade?
Well, maybe I go international. Maybe if I get some positive feedback from the one that are watching this podcast, maybe I'm thinking next year to go international. Who knows?
Is that your bigger desire right now, or what would be the best desire?
I just want my work to be to help more and more souls. So if that means to go international, to speak English, for me it's okay.
That's so interesting. Name a day that was the most significant for you.
The most significant, not the most happy. Well, I try my best to make the most significant day the day that I live, because this is what we have. This is what I learned in the meditation. Be present. For me, maybe the most significant day is the day that I live right now, because it's the only day that I can change anything. I can do anything, something new, maybe. The past, I cannot do anything to it.
What do you feel that all those on the way of awakening that are watching this episode, what would you like them to hear? Because I know you had the heart journey as well, was not easy.
Yes.
And what would you like them to know?
Yeah, but I don't want to transform this podcast in the personal story, because I already told it like hundreds of times. But for the one that are watching this, it's good to know that, for example, it's not good to know, but it's okay to know that I was a garbage man 14 years ago. That was the point that I was started my life, and I was a drug addict, a cocaine addict actually. And one thing that does it matter if you go on this path, for example, for enlightenment, to open your eyes, to open your heart, to open your mind. It's a word that I heard from one of my masters a few years back in the days. And it's a story, actually. For example, before you awake, before you have your awakening, you chop wood and carry water. And after you awaken, you carry water and you chop wood. It's the same thing. You don't change anything. You just continue with your work, with your flow. That's I think the best thing that everyone can do. If you have an enlightenment moment, very good. Continue to chop wood and carry water. That's the best thing that you can do. Continue your work.
I admire, and I've seen most of those that they reach an incredible level of helping the society, helping everyone to get better, whatever they do, they had a very hard story. They started from a very low point, or they reach a very low point in their life.
Yeah, I won't change. So I wouldn't change even one thing from my past. I love it how it was, because every experience it helped me to be how I am now, and I'm very grateful for that.
And another question that comes now is, it seems to be a fact that many that they go fully into the spiritual work, so have the beginning some corporate jobs, it's all good for them, and they cannot do it anymore. They are completely crushed if they continue. So they learn certain methods. They are really good in certain modes of healing, but when they start full time, they cannot sustain themselves. They live month to month, and then even if they teach abundance, and I say like, I teach you how to make millions, how to attract abundance, it's all these, let's say, fake words. What actually works, and how we can help those people that they really want to be successful in the physical world as well while doing spiritual work?
For me, it's no difference. Spiritual work, real world is the same. If it's something there that is not working, it means that maybe you have a program in your subconscious mind. Because for me, for example, I had this belief back in the days that maybe money is the eye of the evil, is something bad, but it's not the case. You first of all have to make peace with yourself that money, it's God. God is money. It's the same thing. We are all connected together. So you cannot be separated from abundance or from money. And if this is the case, it means that you have some programs in the subconscious mind where you think the money is bad, money will bring you problems, or maybe you don't deserve it. This is all programs that you have in your subconscious mind. And now, if you want to change it, you have different methods. You can go guided meditation, you can go affirmations, you can go many. Psyche.
Have you had results with the Psyche?
Absolutely. First of all, with myself.
Because I'm sure many people come with money issues to you.
Yes, yes and no. First, my expertise, it's in 3 areas of domains. Self-confidence, to help people to have more confidence in them, to stop bad thinking and negative thoughts, negative feelings like anxiety, depression, or something really, really, really bad. And the third thing, to know God and to have a good relationship with God. And when you start to do that, all the relationships start to change, especially with money.
Interesting one. And about the relation to God, you kept mentioning it. How would you advise for someone to get closer if they really don't know?
First, when you open your eyes, thank God that you open your eyes. That's the first thing that I usually do, and that's the first thing that I teach others to do. Open your eyes, thank God. If you put your mind on God, on the first thing that you open your eyes, not on your phone, you are doing an amazing job. You are doing a good first step. And afterwards, whenever you feel the need, you have to have like a personal relationship with God. God is not something separate. It's inside of you. So you have to have like a real personal relationship. Talk with him like you're talking with a friend, like with your father, with your mother. Be sincere. Hey God, I'm here. Let's talk about it. And have something.
Do you do it loudly?
Depends. Sometimes, yeah.
Right.
Sometimes if I want to hear my words, yes.
I imagine the ones around you.
No, if people is around me, I keep it to myself. Yeah.
So how else you get closer to God?
Meditation is another one, because whenever, it's a word, it's a saying that if you pray, you are talking to God. If you meditate, God is talking to you, because lots of thoughts appear in your mind.
That's so interesting.
So it's the same highway, but different how you call it, rute, nu rute.
Routes.
Cum sunt alea, sensuri.
Ways.
It's the same road with 2 ways. Yes.
And how do you imagine God when you connect to Him? Do you imagine Him in a certain way?
Well, I believe that God, it's inside of me, it's in this microphone, it's inside of you, it's in this table, it's in all around of us. So for me, this is God. It's in everything. It's a conscious. It's the vibrations that if you go zoom in, you see particles that vibrate. That is God. for sure.
That's interesting.
I don't see him like an old man and staying in the clouds and noting you, hey, you did that bad. No, it's not the religious God. I believe in the God that exists in everything, in you, in me, in everything around us.
Thank you so much, Mihai. You gave us some really good, valuable lessons.
Thank you.
The breath work is a really good one. The celebration is definitely my favorite, and of course the reconnection to God.
Excellent.
Every morning when you wake up, when you open your eyes,
Think to God. Be grateful.
Thank you so much, Mihai.
Thank you, Daniel. It was a pleasure. Thank you.